Hey again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wish You Were Beer, a live beer review show here on YouTube. We do this every week at Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or just Eastern Time.
It is currently
There's an argument about
daylight
that.
savings
There's
time.
a huge argument about that. We've had it.
8 o'clock on this side of the country, which is it shouldn't be that hard to follow. Wikipedia should be able to tell you about it. They're not a sponsor of ours. If you would do us a favor and go
People
down.
sponsor them.
True story. They're asking for money, actually. That's off topic. Anyway,
We should also attempt.
if you go down, you can subscribe. You can like us. You can share this page. If you know anybody that likes beer, or likes talking about beer, or likes making fun of people that drink beer, maybe they're whiskey people, they could have a blast in the comment section. Tell them to come on over and give us a watch and subscribe and like. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Also, check out our website. We have a link for Beer Drop, which is a subscription service that we use pretty often, which is where we got this beer from tonight. If you click that link, you actually get $10 off your first order, and thank God Phil gets $10 off an order as well, which please help that man. Look at that beard.
I can't even afford a beard trim.
Good Lord, not where you're at. So also keep up on the page. We've been trying to add some weekly stuff, some different beer check-ins from me and Tiffany. Phil's been doing some videos. Also, Phil's been cutting down some of our older reviews and some of our interviews with other people and just putting them in nice little compact boxes to make them shorter videos. Little easier to watch, not a full show. So make sure you check those out, kick them around. That would be great.
Share them with all your friends.
Yeah, share them with your parents. Parents really like this show, I find.
Parents love it.
My mom actually asked how it was going.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys
Well,
had an interaction.
Maybe she should watch it and then she'd know how it's going.
Well, I made one orgasm reference, and I think that was the last episode.
She did comment on.
She did. Yeah, she did comment on
orgasm. As my mother.
Not in general. On the
Look, this is on our orgasm podcast that we have on Sunday at brunch.
Next week we'll be having former Governor Cuomo. No? Oh no.
No,
Real
not
quick with that one.
not
Oh, wow.
allowed.
And we lost a viewer. Thanks, Dan.
It was him. That being said, as always, I am Daniel. This is Tiffany. That is Phil. And Phil, I have to ask, where are you? Because
That's a thing now.
this looks like a Room Raider hostage situation.
Yeah, I am on MTV's Room Raiders, and I've got this thing that's haunting me.
I love it. I think what is it, like some sort of tiki?
It's
Can we say that? I don't know. It's 2020.
I don't know.
Some type of Central American cultural insignia. Probably that.
Wonderful try.
I feel like
that was good. That was actually pretty good.
Nero, how was that? Don't lie to me.
So I'm in LA finally. I've reached the final destination.
Nice.
It's the second time we've made a final destination
I know,
reference.
yeah.
Devon Sawa. And I know. You can't say it without saying Devon Sawa. So I'm now in a bright pink room and with a tiki thing staring at me because this is LA. Why wouldn't all that exist?
It looks salmon to me, not pink.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because there's a lot of lights on it, so it's giving you a salmon vibe. But I'll tell you, it is pink.
I'll
You
take
should
your
feel
word.
right at home there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I do. It's making me rethink my whole life. So
I really wish we would have had that room for our Mean Girls episode.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
know it would have worked out.
Yeah.
Which that was Army Pants and Flip Flops. If you go back through our page, that one's already been posted. You can check that one out as
There's
well.
a lot of false information in that episode, though.
God, so
Yes.
much. I can't wait to get together with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brewery really called us out.
I loved it. But he was really nice about it, too. Like, the email was like, man, no, that was great.
Yeah,
I
good
have
try.
some notes.
Got some notes.
Good job,
It's like,
kid.
oh, well, maybe you should have come on the show.
Right. Well, I
B.
mean, they were a little late. That's okay. We'll get there.
Speaking of people who should have come on the show, what are we doing tonight?
Oh, yeah.
So we are drinking a beer from Woods Boss Brewing Company. They are out of Colorado. And we actually had a beer from them at the beginning of the pandemic because they started shipping with Beer Drop. And when I was told I probably should be going to the grocery store, I was like, well, I obviously have a problem. How are we going to get our beer?
We need beer.
So I found Beer Drop as a subscription service and ended up one of our first boxes, or actually I think it was our first box.
It was the
had
first one.
a Woods Boss beer in it. And I was so excited. I contacted all of the breweries. We actually have a sticker or multiple stickers on our fridge from Woods Boss.
We have a free drink voucher.
Or
they
like,
sent us a free drink. Like we checked in their beer on Untappd, and they like toasted it. So Tiffany reached out to them and was like, "Hey, really enjoyed the beer."
That's not how it worked.
What?
No, I was the one that initiated contact. It was like Bumble.
I thought we weren't going to talk about Cuomo anymore.
You swiped right on Woods Boss, huh?
Exactly.
I did. No, I reached out to it, so I posted it on Instagram and then tagged them in it. And I think they liked it, or I may have just been like, well, it's been 30 seconds. They haven't texted me back, so I guess I'm going to text them. And I did.
Daniel, Instagram is a social media application where you post
It's the one with the old school looking camera icon. Yeah,
Yes.
Correct.
Good. Just making sure.
Yes. It's for people who photograph things who don't know how photography works and need things to make it work. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
Filters, yes.
Jackpot.
Yeah.
Nailed
we
it.
don't need photographers anymore. We just have people with their phones.
Story. You just let everyone at your wedding go through Instagram and post pictures of you. Yeah, enjoy that.
And use your wedding hashtag. Don't forget that.
Oh God! If I go to another one of those, I'm going to put a gun in my mouth.
Oh, I don't. I don't think that's
no. What?
No, that's not.
So they were really cool though. They sent us drink vouchers, like they actually mailed them to us with stickers. If you're ever in town,
March, maybe April. So I mean, like it was early pandemic, and so we had no idea how long it was going to be. Here we are in August.
Still haven't made it out, obviously.
So eventually we will make it there, and if these drink vouchers have expired, I will ask to see the manager.
I will raise hell.
That's also another episode of ours where we did Your Manager is Bitch. That was cool.
Sorry.
Also another COVID topic.
Also, I'm really excited about this beer because it is a rustic farm ale or a Saaz, which is
farmhouse ale. It's our first one that we've done so far. So only took us 22 episodes to do Daniel's favorite type of beer.
Thank you. What's it called?
The dreams that stuff are made of.
I was like, somebody's gonna mess this up.
It's down there. I was like, well, hold on.
There are a lot of words in this beer.
There is, yeah.
It's a verbose beer title.
Ooh.
Yeah, and for someone like myself who misspells everything, and I am in charge of writing things on everything, this was a fun one.
A lot, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, is it the dreams that stuff are? I had to keep looking at the can.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, so many words.
I posted it on Twitter today, and I had to go to our show account just to pull up the scheduled event to make sure that I was getting it right. Because I was like, the dreams that
that's a mistake. If you go to our show account, I've probably spelt it wrong.
I put so much faith in you, Phil. So much.
Terrible idea.
Well, why don't we get into a little bit about the brewery and
yes. So for those of you who are joining us, this is the part of our show where we go into history and facts.
Tiffany's so proud she set that one up so well.
That was
like
she
underhanded you a watermelon and you put it over the fence, Phil. Yeah. It was beautiful.
I know. I felt real good about it. And then I was like, I should have screwed her over. I should have just sat there awkwardly.
No.
But no, this is a professional show. We're 22 episodes in.
Correct.
22.
Correct.
I think that's the first time. That's the first time I think we've ever nailed that.
Yes, fair.
Not only is it our first time doing Daniel's favorite type of beer, but we're working on the watermelon side.
Notice how everything comes together when we do things that I like. That's crazy.
Yeah. Says the Pikachu.
True or false?
This beer was brewed the day after Stephen Hawking departed for the great unknown, and it is named after a book he wrote in 2011.
Oh, that's 100% true. Yeah. So I mean, I didn't cheat, but I actually did read a little bit.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
It was the back of the can. It's on the back.
Yeah,
of the
he
can.
didn't read the book, Tiffany.
I was putting
he read the can and only a little bit of it. Only a little bit of the can.
Oh, look, you can't make a comment until she's right. Thanks, Vero.
Don't give Vero shit. So for those of you who are new, if you are signed into YouTube, you can actually comment along with us. There's a slight delay. I don't know how much time it is, so maybe we can figure that out eventually. But you can comment along, and we can put your comments up, and then everyone can see that you're either right or very wrong.
Unless they're vulgar or stupid.
Yeah, in that case we don't pay attention to you.
I don't know, unless it's good, then I might.
Or we invite you on the show as well. We'll send you the link.
Also,
unless you're foreign and German and very drunk.
And very drunk.
Come on down.
So yes, it is true. So this is
the delay, by the way, is an eternity. Can confirm.
Good. Well, so just bear with the delay, and I will stall.
Yeah.
We'll try not to answer the question too quickly.
Yeah, I'll be really slow while I read.
Well, that should be easy.
So yeah, this was named after Stephen Hawking, and they started brewing it the day after he died. And the book he wrote was "The Dreams That Stuff Are Made of the Most Astonishing Papers of Quantum Physics and How They Shook the Scientific World." And it compiled a bunch of different scientists from that quantum physics specialization. Yes. Anyway, just and how they changed things.
True story, Vero. The delay is intense.
Also, good for you.
Also, yes.
Passing out toddler bath time.
We are a good excuse for this. We will take our time, Marilyn.
Yep. All right. So, as this being one of our first farmhouse ales, I wanted to make sure that we were kind of highlighting the actual type of beer because we haven't covered it yet. So, what is a farmhouse ale? A summer ale traditionally brewed in France and Belgium.
God, I hope that's not it. I won't like it
B,
anymore.
a beer traditionally made with natural yeast and leftover crops, so a bottom shelf kind of beer.
Now we're in the business.
Now we're talking.
A broad category of beers, or D, all of the above.
I don't want it to be French.
I think I do know the answer because I was also intrigued by the farmhouse and what exactly it was. And I was like, you know what? I'm on a beer show. I should probably know a little bit about what.
That's an important one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I know this one, but I'm going to let the delay wait a little while.
Yeah. Well, we're getting a lot of D's from.
Oh, yeah. Aren't we all?
From the peanut gallery, just throwing D at us.
Just D's all over the place.
D.
And that's where we lost all of our viewers.
Nope. Well, it's still there. Perfect.
Good.
I did not. If it is D, I did not know it was traditionally brewed in France and Belgium in a summer ale, because that seems. It's not what I expect out of a farmhouse, like a summery. Like I'm not like, man, it's hot outside. I just ran. Let me throw some old socks down the chamber.
Yeah, you don't think of something coming from a farm being a summer,
right?
Because we have such like a fall feel about a farm.
Correct. Yeah. So that's
I know what you're saying.
So, AJ.
AJ here for the D.
Yeah.
Love it.
Also, I tried calling you. I called you out last time you were here. Don't have a personal
conversation with your brother. Go.
Okay, so it is D.
Okay.
Farmhouse ales are traditional summer beers that are drank in France and Belgium, and they are made in the winter and then drank throughout the crop planting,
that makes
the maintenance,
sense,
and the harvest.
Okay.
So these beers were given to the seasonal workers who tended the crops, or the saisonniers. I'm sure that's a better said in French with an actual French accent.
Saisonniers.
Yes.
Nailed it.
So it wasn't made with like top shelf ingredients that people were usually seeking out, and so they were like, cool, you're laborers, drink it.
God, no wonder I love this beer so much.
It's a labor man's beer.
I had no idea how blue collar this beer was.
But anyway, it's also not a single type of beer. It's a really broad category. So it can be a Saison, a Bière de Garde, a Gazoo something, a Sati. Anyway, but it's kind of a broad designation of beers that kind of fall under this farmhouse.
Nice.
But they kind of have a funky flavor, which is what Daniel's jam is. And they kind of have like this wet hay or like earth flavor to them. It can also be tart.
I think wet hay may be, and I know that sounds like a weird description, but like if you've ever gone and picked pumpkins and it's rained and you're like on a hay ride, there's the smell of wet hay. And that is almost what a really good farmhouse or Saison smells like to me.
That is actually a really accurate description.
And that's where some of that funky aspect comes from. I mean,
they're supposed to be a little funky, right?
God, I love it.
Yeah, but anyway, it says it's sometimes tart, kind of like an unripened strawberry. So, I mean, once again, if these are the crops that no one wanted and they were kind of like just leftovers and thrown into the kettle, so to speak, makes total sense. But anyway, so it's like a crisp and dry finish as well, which is nice if you're
80.
I guess
so
not
a crisp and dry finish. It sounds like the worst weekend.
So what we should be expecting from this beer, being a rustic farmhouse, is it should have that funk. It should be dry.
Yes.
What color should I be expecting? Like a
color of late summer straw.
Right. Yeah. So it's not
not blonde, not red, not brown. Like kind of
definitely not a red. The color of it's probably not going to vary that much.
Probably like a light brown.
No, I think it's going to be. I mean, because it's like a straw is like a yellow.
It's going to be like a lager color, so it's not.
But it's a late straw, is what you're saying, which makes me think it's been sitting around.
A color. It's not rocket science filled. Let's wait till we pour the goddamn beer.
Boy, yeah.
Thank you, Kat.
All right, next. What is the bar made out of at Woods Boss?
Hold on, where is Woods Boss?
Colorado,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just throwing that out there.
A, concrete, like those cool, like the poured concrete ones. B, redwood. C, vintage beer labels. Or D, local rough-hewn lumber.
I mean, the vintage beer labels would have to be on some type of substrate to maintain solidity. So that's.
I mean, they could have put the like clear coat stuff.
Can't be C.
I don't think it's going to be A because I feel like you wouldn't talk about it if it was A.
Correct. If Tiffany is talking about this, I'm with everyone. It's 100% B.
Yeah.
If you watched the Drive-Through Red episode,
which was our first one, when it was a
we know what Tiffany loves, and it is a redwood.
She loves some wood. Redwood.
Hey, calm down.
Redwood.
Calm down. Her mom might be watching.
Okay, so yes, it is made out of redwood. So for those of you who don't know, redwoods grow in groves. Their roots are really shallow, so like no more than like 10 feet deep. But they expand for like 100 feet, and they intertwine with all the other redwoods that they're growing with. And sometimes they even like start growing together. So you'll see like a lot of like V-shaped ones where they've almost like combined their root system so much that they become one tree at the bottom. But they are kind of like this community, and they kind of support each other because they are like 35 stories tall, I think. Very, very tall trees. They are so fun. I love them.
Hard to climb.
You should not touch the bark. I told you this while we were there.
You weren't looking.
Anyway, but yeah. Oh, sorry, I wasn't done with that one. But Woods Boss took that like community perspective of the redwoods, and they've kind of made it into their motto as well.
Nice.
So that like kind of like we're supporting each other and we're here as a community. And
so they're embracing the community aspect of how the tree is naturally grown and found, not necessarily the redwood.
Down in the show notes with the links, there is a link to the actual people that they purchased it from.
Oh, cool.
And it was like, sourced appropriately and not
responsibly, not
I
was
looking for some words.
Yeah. Cool. If you're going to cut a redwood down and put it somewhere, you better have some paperwork on it. Otherwise, you can get your ass kicked from somebody from California. You can count on that. Right.
Just Tiffany?
Oh no.
My mom will join in.
Exactly.
She'll make time.
Boy, if I had $1 for every time I've heard that. Sorry, AJ. Next.
Well,
Listen, if we're gonna bring your mom into the conversation, it's gonna happen every time. I'm sorry.
Ah.
We go the worst.
I'm gonna catch up with her tomorrow and be like, "Don't watch the show, Mom." All right. What year did Woods Boss open? Oh, I should read these.
Yeah.
2016, 2017, 2018, or 2019?
I've emailed a lot of the breweries recently, so I don't remember which one was on their 5 or 6 year because I saw it on all their pages. Like, oh, it's our 7 year, our 6 year, or 5 year.
Oh, right. Yeah. We've had that conversation with them. So I should know this as well. I'm going to go with B. I'm going with Vero. I was going to say it right as it popped up. Going with Vero on this one. I'm going to go with B.
Well, I'll break even and I'll go with Cat. I'll go with 2016.
So their soft opening and then grand opening was in 2017.
Boom.
Actually, their grand opening weekend was August 11th, 2017, which does make it their 5-year anniversary, right? Yeah. 4-year anniversary.
4.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a long pandemic. I've just been here.
Time is time.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 4-year anniversary they're celebrating this week, which is actually why they are actually probably not with us. They are busy doing all of that.
Oh, no, they did talk about that because we
Right.
have been going back and forth with them, and they're busy with
Right.
their anniversary stuff going on.
So-
I think it was just poor timing for them.
Whatever excuses they need to not
You
have
say
gone on
whatever, but
this
I'm
highly
glad
popular show on YouTube.
So this is not the first time. They're actually really big with shipping.
We have 68 subscribers. Okay.
That being said, we do have 68 subscribers. So if anyone watching hasn't subscribed yet and you'd like to be the 69th subscriber, that's where we cut off subscribership. So
Yeah, we're just stopping.
Just going Gronk style.
that's just Gronk. How many touchdowns are you going to get this year? 69. You know what I'm talking about. Gronk is my favorite interview ever. Anyway.
That's also not the first time he's come up on this show.
I know.
And it won't be the last.
That's our Patriots
Anyway.
podcast.
Yeah. No, just our Gronk podcast. Actually.
Just Gronk. It's all Monster Energy drink and Gronk.
Yeah. And teeth whitening.
I forgot about that one. Can we,
All right, back to you, Tiffany.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Are we going to drink this Saison or are we going to talk about it all night?
We can. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
I thought we'd drink it during our new and improved Stephen Hawking trivia.
Yeah. Okay. So let's
Oh,
get.
God.
I have one more, and then I got Stephen Hawking trivia.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is the Woods Boss Shadow Brewing program? A, their frequent drinker program. B, a homebrew kit with on-site/virtual training sessions each month. C, a special offering to teach people to brew in the Woods Boss Brewery and brew beers offered to the public. D, an internship to find the next brewing staff members.
I'm going to have to go with D here because Shadow Brewing Program sounds like you're shadowing someone on the job, like an internship. But the homebrew also makes sense. All these make sense. God damn it.
I know I am good.
Because we got, wait. This is my favorite. B. Never mind. D. Wait, what did Vero say? We should all go with C.
Yeah, Vero's done her research, but it's so hard to not go with D.
I know.
So Vero is right. It is C.
What? Vero, do you do anything?
She has a lot of things.
Like during the day?
Yeah. So their Shadow Brewing program, it is they have a brew day basically with like their customers.
That's
And
cool.
whether you're a beer drinker, you're actually a home brewer, or like looking to get into the business, they bring everybody in and like do the step-by-step process for a day.
Nice.
And then that beer is actually offered to the public. Like it's one of the beers that they're going to release.
Oh,
and
that's
so you
cool.
can be sitting there drinking and be like, I helped brew this beer.
That is
so
pretty neat.
I don't know how often they do it, but they have a form that you can fill out if you're local there to like apply to it. And then I'm assuming there's like a waiting list and you just schedule yourself on whatever brew day they've got.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
But yeah, I would love to do this. So if any local brewery here in the Hampton Roads area would like to do a brew day with me, I will gladly put on some wellies and come join you.
Some wellies. They're called Bubba Boots. Read a book, man.
I call them galoshes.
You call them galoshes?
Yeah.
Where'd you do, you Yankee?
I grew up calling them rain boots, but I like
galoshes.
Such a stupid word.
That's so dumb. Thank you, Madeline.
Let me just grab my galoshes before I go out into the rain.
I would hit you in the mouth and put you outside without your shoes.
Without my galoshes.
No, my galoshes.
So we always said rain boots, but
Right.
I learned that like they call them wellies, and then I was like,
I don't know who calls them wellies.
like the UK.
I've heard wellies before. I think some people in the South call
Bubba
them
boots
wellies.
are just short waterman boots.
See, I've never heard Bubba boots.
I mean,
That's a
Bubba
thing.
boots is
That's a thing here.
Guinea and Pocosin, like Guinea, Gloucester, and Pocosin, Virginia.
It's people
That's
who
pretty common.
speak
All right.
All
Well,
different
even
language.
more.
Don't.
so officially, they're galoshes. All right, let's
Correct.
move on
But they're
to.
like short, cute galoshes.
All right, let's crack, hold on. Let's
This
crack
is-
open.
The best picture I've ever seen, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna crack open my beer.
I
Yes.
fucking love Stephen
So
Hawking.
if you were able to grab this beer, whether you are local to the Woods Boss Brewery, somewhere within the Denver area, or if you got this on our beer drop, please feel free to imbibe.
To the what?
Imbibe.
If you're drinking something else, just let us know what you're drinking.
Yeah. Also, let us know what you're drinking.
Oh god, it smells so good.
If
too.
you have a favorite brewery that ships beer to California and Virginia, let us know. We'll be happy to have them on our show as well. Or if you just want to highlight a certain style of beer that we haven't done.
Oh, she's a foamy one.
Yeah. I think there's a great opportunity for like styles of beers that we haven't done.
Yep.
Because we have been using a lot of beer drop or just finding stuff locally. So like a lot of times we find beers that are relatively prevalent and
Yep.
not that. Phil, I think remember we're not doing slow pour pills. I think you poured it wrong.
What's really funny is I was going through Untappd for some of these, and I saw a picture of one which had the foam like this as well, and I was like, "What's this? We're doing slow pours?"
Right?
And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
Here I am doing the exact same. I poured this gently. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hotshot.
Maybe it's because it was sitting in a hot car for about 2 months.
I just love that every beer you check in for the next 6 months has traveled cross country in the trunk of a car. Like it's not safe. I can't believe you're not sick yet.
Or maybe I am.
give this beer a 1. It tastes terrible. But I'm like,
Tastes like a
no.
hot, wet sock. It's as if it's been sitting in a
That's
car.
wet hay.
Oh, sorry.
I fucking love.
So this is actually
Saazons. I'm sorry.
good-
We're not in review time yet, you know?
Well, I'm on-
Okay, so trivia question for Stephen Hawking number 1. How old was Stephen when he started attending Oxford University? Was he 16, 17, 18, or 19?
I mean, I'm gonna go with 16 because I
I'm
feel
going,
like he was
yeah.
smart enough to be there probably earlier than that. But
Also, Stephen is her toddler. That was just so you are aware. It's not Stephen Hawking because he can't run.
I understand that.
I am a terrible person.
Yes, you are. I'm going with 16.
I am
And oh wait, hold on, because we have a 16 and fucking right all the time. Went with 17.
Ah, no.
God damn it! Can she? Be wrong?
She might as well just be the answer person of this show.
She's right. I don't know why we're even arguing. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was 17. These ones don't have a whole lot of like extra data to them.
We'll just go through them because I
Yeah.
want to get to reviewing this thing. It
So-
smells so good.
What was one of the
So good.
complaints that was like heard once he got his wheelchair while he was at Cambridge, which is where he went after Oxford? So A, he made a fuss about needing access or special privileges. B, he was a reckless driver and ran over people's toes. C, he would drive in the center of the walkway very slowly and people were late to class. Or D, he would block narrow walkways on purpose.
Nothing would make me happier than if he would block narrow pathways. And he would go, we're all just molecules, go around. Like, I can't, like, nothing would make me happier than this. I'm going B for the win.
I'm going B, just for the fun of it.
Okay. Okay, actually, there is a E option. Not a whistler, that one. God damn it, it's probably B. Never mind.
AJ also said B.
AJ doesn't count. Barrow's always right.
And?
Sorry, AJ.
What's the answer?
AJ and Barrow were right.
And me.
AJ, we'll send you a trophy.
Oh, did you say B? I did not hear you.
That's okay.
Sorry. So true or false, his original diagnosis from doctors had given him 10 years to live, but he ended up living for 55 years.
Well, he's pretty old, so I'm going true.
Is 55 old enough?
For him, yes.
Yeah.
I quit. Worst show ever. Kat, you and me both. I will not be on next week's episode. All I do is get my ass kicked. And I could cheat.
I'm going to go with false because I think Tiffany threw in a little trickery here.
You think Tiffany would with the hawking? I don't know. I'm going true. Oh, wait a minute.
Uh-oh. All right.
Please tell me Vero was wrong and I'm still wrong.
It's false.
Yes!
Nothing makes me happier than Vero being wrong.
That's a terrible thing. She is like a 99%.
Oh my God. Kat, you could also type in your face. I'm right.
So it was false. He actually was given 2 years and then ended up living for 55.
Oh, so the 55 was right. The doctors were just more wrong than we expected. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
But anyway,
Tiffany's real good with her trickery.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's review this beer.
Yes.
Tiffany with the setup again.
No.
We are on tonight.
Okay, so
It's been a good week. I've been on my game all week. I will say that.
I didn't know Daniel's name was Game.
Yeah. You would be so
I hate you so much.
Lucky.
God, I hate you so much.
It is only 5:30 here. I'm
I'm gonna
off.
let that settle for a minute because I feel like that joke was so good it may have just flown by. Let's just enjoy that for a moment. So from a rustic farmhouse sense, this beer is fucking phenomenal.
This is very good.
Yeah. So this is what I consider to be the gateway beer into really funky like saisons or really barrel fermented weird saisons, like things that get way funkier than this.
Yeah.
This is like the perfect.
This is a mild funkiness.
Yeah.
It does have the
smell is definitely there.
like where you smell like the wet hay or like it just smells.
Now I know what wet hay looks like, by the way. That color, I think, is actually accurate.
I think the smell, like, so I've never heard the term wet hay in regards to this style of beer, and it is so accurate.
Right.
As soon as it came up, I was like, oh my God, it's wet hay. You're absolutely right. Like, you ever bought
Is it weird, though, that you're like, wet hay, and then you taste it, and you're like, delicious. Like,
God, I love it. No, you know why, though? Because, and this is what threw me off on the summertime brew of it, or like it's a classic summer beer in those countries, is because wet hay reminds me again of like October. So we'd have Halloween get-togethers and things. The weather's still cool enough and warm enough you can be outside, have a bonfire. We get hay bales.
Midtown funk.
We get hay bales and put them outside to sit on, but then you leave them outside for a week and they get rained on, and that smell is so perfect.
Yeah, but it's got like a sweetness to it as
Oh, yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
Barrow's got it where it smells like sugar cane as well, which is like a earthy flake
Mhm.
smell because it's not like the refined process. So it's got that slight sweetness to it
Correct.
while being like a rustic.
So
But
for me, I'll be clear and to the point. This is a 4 or 5, 4.5. Like
Wow.
this is from a rustic end of things, which I remember the Woods Boss beer we had previously as well being
it was
phenomenally
phenomenal.
good.
I can't remember which one it was.
I mean, we can Google it.
It might have been like a Pilsner.
Yeah, I think it was a
or like a
Pilsner.
lager. It was something like a
The
relatively.
nice thing about Untappd, you can just look that up.
True story. Jinx.
But I think this is a fantastic standard like farm ale. It's not too crazy and too funky, and it's not too basic that it doesn't even have the characteristics of a farm ale, which some breweries have done, saying we have a farm ale, and it doesn't taste anything like a farm ale. It's not funky enough. It doesn't have any of that. So, 4.5 for me.
Nice.
So, we typically rate these beers against beers of their kind,
Right.
I guess. So, like, you rate this against other farmhouse ales, or you'd rate like an IPA against other IPAs, etc. So, with that being said, I mean, your rating makes a lot of sense. This is like, like you said, it's really like good kind of baseline standard starting farmhouse. So that makes sense. I can drink some farmhouse ales and other ones. I can have like half of one and then I'm kind of done.
Right.
Because they do kind of there's like almost too much going on for me, which is similar with other styles. It's like there's just too much. I just can't have another one. Not to say that I wouldn't have a second one of these. I do think it's a really good variant, but I'm definitely not going to go as high as a 4.5.
But you probably wouldn't give any sort of farmhouse a 4.5. So like your rating in general is lower.
Well,
because there's still a personal aspect to Untappd.
Right. So I'm trying to rate it against, like I said, other farmhouse ales, but at the same time, like if it's not my flavor profile or like the type of beer I like, it's still never going to get a 4 from me. 4. Which, sorry, but with that being said, 3.75. Like I really do like it. That's a good rating for me. I'm apparently really stingy with my ratings.
You are.
So 3.75. Like I said, definitely drink it again. I don't know if I would like seek it out. Did Phil freeze? No, never mind. He blinked.
No, I was just listening.
No, you're good.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm not used to someone just listening to me.
Yeah, right out there, an asshole. Oh, me? All right, so you went 3.75?
Yes.
See? I was listening. How about you, Philium? That's Phil and William.
I haven't had a lot of farmhouse ales, so I don't know what to compare it to. So for me, it's just going to be personally whether or not I like it. And I will say, like, first taste, I absolutely loved. As I went on, I kind of went, oh, it's getting a little weird. But now it's coming back around. And now I'm starting to taste a little bit of that kind of like, not like spiciness to it, but there's like a little bit of that, like, there's something lingering. And I can't quite tell what it is that I like. So for me, I could see myself, this is an end of summer before fall, that little window of time beer for me, which is a great time. So I'm going to give it a 4.25 as well.
Nice.
Or not as well, but
okay.
That's where I'm going.
Well, I mean, you can say as well, because Vero gave it a 4.25 as well.
Well, there we go. So
there you go.
I also wanted it to get a solid 4 from the show, so I think that's a 4.
Fair.
So that brings that up.
5, 4, 2, 5, 3, 7, 5. Yeah.
It's between a 4 and a 4.25.
Well, Stephen Hawking knew on this one. It's whatever you want it to be because nothing exists.
So is it a 4 or a 4.25? 5.
Quick, someone with a calculator.
Show. Is it closer to 4.25 or 4?
I don't know. We'll wait. We'll give everyone a minute because it takes forever for it to go through. Not only that, but I assume all of our viewers are currently scrambling for their phone and or a calculator because they are that dedicated.
Well, Vero didn't research this pre-show, so we will get no answers from her.
She didn't know we were talking.
I think it's going to be a 4 because I'm definitely on the low end of. I was between the 4 and the 4.25, so I think I'm going to call it and just give it a 4 for the show.
Okay. Also,
My math is weird.
right, but in English, there's only one D in that. I hate to jot that down for you, but
Solid score for this beer.
Yeah. So overall, whether it's a 4 or 4.25, that's a really good score for this show. This is a great beer, and it's really well done. It's pretty, like the color is really nice.
This is a great beer.
Yeah.
If you can find it, please do. It's a great entry level saison. If you've never had a saison, it's a great entry level saison, which is why it's probably one of their staples because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this brewer, because this is the second one you've had from them, it sounds like they just put out great beer.
Yeah, we so far haven't
good.
had anything bad from them, and everything I've read, they not only is their space fantastic, but their beers are great. Their staff is fantastic. They have live shows, all that sort of stuff. So if you're in the area, check them out. If you aren't, order some beers from them from Beer Drop and see for yourself.
Correct. What do people on Untappd think about it? Let's get one in real quick. 1, 2. Let's get 2 in.
Get 2? Oh,
yeah, let's
now we got to pick 2. Well, first I'll quickly show the one that I was laughing about because of the
Oh God,
board.
look at it!
Yeah,
Right.
And I was going to make fun of it, and then I just did it myself, so I can't now skip. This
anyway, this is the part of the show where we go over other people's Untappd reviews, which is always fun.
And we find out we're not friends with George G.
There are people who write very little. There's people who write a lot, like myself. When I have time.
Well, this person, like you said, we always try to gauge beers against each other.
Right.
There's an empty beer behind it, 2 almost full water glasses, 1 full
There's
beer.
another empty one back there.
And another one behind it, and he says solid crushable 3.25. Solid and crushable is a little higher than that for me, but
yeah, if I'm going to write, give me a reason why it's not at least a 4 then.
Correct. Yeah, if it's crushable and solid, and you already had 9 beers, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Next. Wait, hold on. Wait. This one's very small font. Hold on.
I
don't know what I hate more, the taste of the beer or the concept behind it. Oh, good Lord. Oh, this is my favorite review. I'm going to frame Matthew's review and put it in our household.
I don't know if
I
he's
love
the biggest
this so much.
Ever.
No, you're just a scientist. I'm sorry. Taste is blah, just like the man the beer was remembered for. Hey, guys.
He spelled his name wrong.
Yes, he did.
Okay, sorry.
Do you remember, does anybody have any close contact with Matthew M? I believe he's written some papers that are worldly renowned, and people have studied him for years. Oh, no, he's just Matthew M from home, from Untappd Home. Do we have any other pictures of Matthew M in space or going to Cambridge?
In his lonely dining room table with paper towels.
Oh my God!
Oh, his first trip to the farm badge. Oh, he's a little baby beer drinker.
I'm gonna find this person and bury them. It's my favorite thing about Untappd.
$5 says Matthew M was homeschooled.
Hey.
Amy, I was homeschooled for a long time. You know that about me. Quit bringing up shit from my past.
Also, Christiana is huge for brewing beer. Okay, Paul. Great can art, but not quite funky, fruity, or sour enough to really blow me away. Most of all, I wanted a bit more funk.
Correct.
So, kind of following the same assessment that we just
entry
made.
level.
It's a mild as far as farmhouse and saisons go.
But also 4, I agree. Like it's,
I'd like a 3.75.
3.75. I'd like a little more funk out of a saison or a farmhouse as well. Like the weirder it can be for me, the better. But that's a solid review. I have no arguments with Paul R. Matthew, on the other hand, fuck yourself.
Oh,
look at this.
Okay.
There's no review. I just
there doesn't have to be a review.
Went by this photo.
There's a thing of half and half.
A large thing of half.
A great chandelier.
A blender.
A shaker, like he's making a mixed drink and someone's having a woods boss. This is the best party ever. And Matthew is at home jerking off while his mom's in the other room pretending like he doesn't jerk off. And this guy's having the time of his life.
So that's our Untappd reviews.
And Matthew.
You didn't let me set you up, Phil.
We don't even need to.
I was be like, man, I wish these announcements was here.
No. We almost did it. We got 2 out of 3. You know?
So this is the part of the show where we take 1 second to potentially make a commentary on anything that we actually want to. Something from the week, the month, the year, from yesterday, from my thoughts just now, of what we wish was beer instead of what it actually is. So that being said, Phil is never prepared for this, and I think he is today, so I'm going to let you go first. Phil, what do you wish was actually beer?
All right. This is going to be kind of a weird one, but I wish that Google Drive for desktop was beer. And I know that I'm not reaching a large audience with this one.
Yeah.
But Google Drive for desktop, I basically put all of my work files that I need to share with everyone into Google Drive, right?
Right.
Google Drive for desktop is this brand new thing. It used to be called Google Drive Backup and Save.
Right.
And you could like have it on your computer, have it on there. And so anything you control on your computer went up into the cloud. They changed it to Google Drive for desktop, and everything is screwed up. You have to go through the whole setup system again. But the problem here is that I didn't know that they changed this. So I've been using Google Backup and Save for like months, and nothing has been backing up or saving. But now I've switched over to Google Drive for desktop, and I went, oh, now I have to figure out what hasn't gone up there yet. So that's what I was doing right before the show started. So that's why it became my wish. It was because if it was beer, I would have spent an hour prior to the show just drinking beer,
researching it, figuring it out.
Yeah. No. But instead, I was doing that.
When I opened this computer today to get all this set up, it said Google Drive is about to, and I was like, exit. So I'll figure that out next week. Thank you for alerting me.
No problem. So that's what I wish was beer.
I had multiples ahead of this show.
No,
I don't remember any of them. So we're just going to wing it.
Is it Matthew? Do you wish Matthew M was beer?
No.
Oh, God, I wish he was dead. Not
so
beer.
For those of you who have been watching.
I'm not sure he's a sweetheart, him and his 3 wives or whatever else they do.
I wish my cup that I usually drink out of was beer.
Yeah.
So it was broken.
We saw the posts.
Yeah, I tagged Untappd. Untappd did not provide me with another glass. They didn't even contact me.
No.
And
they have also never liked any of our stuff.
Yes, they have. But it was all.
They liked some of our stories at one point. I don't know. Anyway, but I don't have a Teku glass again. So anyone who would like me to be drinking a beer glass out of your brewery's Teku glass, let me know.
You can send a hat.
Yep.
Send a hat.
Thank
you.
you.
He'll wear it.
Send a goddamn hat. Because it's not rocket science.
This Pikachu hat.
I'm running out of hats. I'm in a Pikachu hat, for God's sakes.
Anyway, I wish that glass was beer because I like drinking beer. I don't like cleaning up broken glass. Also,
not every day is Die Hard.
Send me a beer glass. Hit us up on our Instagram, or we have a contact us on thewishyowerebeershow.com.
Rest in peace.
I see what you did there.
Okay.
Very
Zing.
clever. Very clever.
Mine's really easy and to the point. Really, from this week alone, I just wish that Chet Hanks was beer, so that he'd be more palatable. That's all.
I don't know who that is.
Boy's an idiot. Yes. Good Lord. Tom Hanks, you're a brave soul. Rita Wilson, I love you. Thank you for getting COVID and then producing a child that doesn't understand how the world works and argues about how it works and is a fucking idiot. God, I wish you were beer so I could enjoy you. That is all.
There it is. There it is.
I feel like I really missed out on something.
Yes,
this
you
week.
did. And
yeah, you've been busy.
Correct.
I was working a lot.
So
it doesn't matter.
That being said, we're pushing our time limit. We're trying to stick to a tighter time frame.
Because we know no one wants us here and listen to us for an hour.
Mary Lee's like, go 4 more hours. Baby's in the bag. That being said, we will talk to Wood's boss eventually.
Yep.
Because they've been back and forth with us. We really hope they could be on, but they're right in the middle of some things.
They're
So we
for
will
a beer
talk to
drop.
them.
We actually have another beer drop that we'll be ordering.
Correct.
I think it drops next week, right? On like Monday for us.
I don't know. My schedule's off of yours, I think, at this point, so we
Yeah.
got to figure that out.
Okay,
We're gonna
well,
figure that out.
in the next coming couple weeks, we will be selecting our next beer drop beers. They will be kind of pushed out a little bit based on our schedule. So you will have time to go in and select them. I believe we post them on not only our website, but we'll post them on Instagram.
Sure.
We'll post them on our Untappd handle. But yeah, maybe we can try and find another Woods Boss beer because they haven't missed yet.
Right.
So we'll just kind of see what comes up. But we will connect with them, whether it's a beer from there or something else.
And if anyone wants to send us beer, we'll gladly drink it on the show.
Or hats. I don't know
Or
how many
hats.
more times I can bring this
Shirts. I've officially run out of beer shirts that I can wear on this show because I've worn them all.
up.
So
22 of them.
man, we have 22 beer shirts.
What are we doing next week?
What are we doing next
That's
week?
a good question.
Oh, we're doing the DuClaw beer,
Yep.
Hoodwink. Yeah,
So DuClaw is out of Maryland.
correct.
Yep. So we have emailed them. So DuClaw, if you're watching,
Have
I'd
you
like
guys
to-
had any beers from DuClaw?
We've had a ton of them. Yeah, they do a really good peanut butter porter.
They do, yeah.
There's Sweet Baby Jesus, or is that what it's called?
but something like that.
Yeah. One of their peanut butter porters
Oh.
is pretty prevalent down here. And it's
I want to
really
say
good.
I've had that. The Sweet Baby Jesus I've had.
Yeah, they do pretty well.
Yeah.
It's hard to forget that name. Me and Matthew M. We have a real hard time forgetting Sweet Baby Jesus.
I'm gonna find that character. You can count on me being on his Untappd. You drinking for the Lord? Get the hell out of here.
Well, that being said,
Daniel, I need you to tap dance.
Let's see you guys next week. I know Mimi knows a lot about me, and that's fine.
We just need more subscribers. So if tap dancing will do it.
100 subscribers. Daniel will tap dance.
I'll do it for 69 touchdowns
Well,
this season. All right. We'll see
thank
you guys next week.
all
Keep up
for
with us,
joining
please.
us. Take care, and we'll see you all next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are logged in for our future shows, you can comment along with us.
Mm-hmm.
And with that,
Well,
keep in touch.
we forgot one thing, though.
Did we?
Yes.
Did we really?
We
forgot.
always.
Budweiser's a friend of mine. Friend of mine is a friend of mine. Budweiser.
Just kidding. Why would you let me know where that stuff is? Continue, Phil.
All right.
No, now we're going to sit here awkwardly because you're touching things you shouldn't be touching.
Perfect.
Thanks, Cuomo.
I got time.